Hi, welcome to Real Perspective. In this week's edition, we are going to look at Problemista. We're going to look at the new remake of Roadhouse and the next installment of Ghostbusters called Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. So first, we're going to start with Problemista.
Problemista. What is the word Problemista? Is that a foreign word for problem?
It may be. Yeah.
Okay, anyway. All righty, let's take a look at the trailer and we'll come back and talk about it. All righty, here you go.
This is the story of Alejandro. His mother gave him everything, but she had a recurring dream of Alejandro leaving the safe world she created, where he'd face the dangers she tried so hard to keep him from.
Lo siento, señora Fuentes, pero Inmigración decidió no considerar la aplicación. Alejandro Martinez.
Yes, hi, let's speak.
Mr. Khalil's ready for you.
Thank you.
Okay, look, you don't have a while. You have a month to find someone to co-sign your visa. And if you don't, you have to leave the U.S.
I started freelancing for this lady.
I'm late. I know I'm late. I'm so late. This menu. What is it with walnuts? Walnuts, walnuts, walnuts. It's like a cafe for squirrels.
Walnuts, they go very nicely with the salad.
Do I look like I need educating on fine cuisine?
You think this lady can sponsor you?
I mean, we'll see.
We'll see. Well.
Is this your dream, making toys?
Yeah.
Help me curate an exhibition, and I'll sponsor you.
Other thing is, you can't take money right now.
He must find a sponsor and pay fees to earn money. The maze is impossible to navigate.
Wait, I mean, this sucks so much for you.
I'm barely keeping afloat.
Your boss is a monster.
I need to get paid.
She's a Hydra.
Such a nightmare.
None of those options. Human being.
Elizabeth, let me talk.
I question if you are ready for this job.
Why are you making everything so difficult?
You don't know what it is to really want something. To be on a mission. Journeying into the unknown.
It sounds brave.
It's so simple, Alejandro. This is it. The sky's the limit. Oh, El Salvador. Pupusas.
Yes,
And those nuns they killed in the 80s.
right. So,
All righty. Okay.
Okay, so Problemista, let me tell you one thing. It describes what I felt about this movie. I didn't particularly care for it, but so the story is, it's about Alejandro. He's played by Julio Torres, who's the only thing that I've seen from him before is Saturday Night Live. He's a veteran Saturday Night Live person of recent past. I prefer the old Saturday Night Live, but hey, you know, to each its own.
Yes.
Now, he wrote this, he directed it, and he starred in it. It's about him, Alejandro. He's an aspiring toy designer from El Salvador. And he has a work visa, but the only way to keep it going is to work with this horrible, maniacal woman that is yelling at everybody, played by Tilda Swinton, who is in Narnia, the Chronicles of Narnia.
Yes.
And among other things. So he's got to work with her. She's trying to sell her dead husband's paintings and have an art show. Now, it's just all about that and his, becoming American and becoming, into society and all that. It was actually a decent movie for the most part. I will say it's supposed to be a comedy. I sat there and I maybe laughed 3 or 4 times. I felt maybe I was missing something because seriously, like half the audience were like laughing like it was Abbott and Costello. Ooh, that's an old reference. So, Cheech and Chong, no, that's old. But laughing like it was like the best comedy in the world. I just did not get it. And then the director was there and he did a Q&A, and same thing. Anything he said, it was like they were laughing. And I'm going, this is just weird. I don't get, this wasn't that funny. There were funny parts in it. And again, it's quirky, it's weird, and I like that. You know, I've always said I like weird movies. And I do like the weirdness of this. It's got some weird parts in it, and I think that's kind of cool. You know, where he's also developing these strange toys. Sometimes it gives me a little bit of a feel like they had inspiration from...
not Toys with Robin Williams.
No, not with Robin Williams. I'm talking about the guy, now I can't remember his name. Johnny Depp worked with him a lot. And he's in his stuff. That's what it looked like.
Burton.
Tim Burton. It looked a lot like Tim Burton stuff.
Okay.
Very beginning, because his mother would making these fanciful toys and, you know, like playground equipment. It looked really cool. And then he developed toys that were just weird. That I liked. So the story I liked. There's a couple things in there, we'll get to discussion in a minute, but there's a couple things in there that I did not like, that they were pushing. A couple things there. To me, it was just a mediocre movie. It just wasn't as funny as, I mean, like I said, I don't know if I was missing something or there's some inside jokes there, or maybe he passed out $10 bills to people and said laugh, and I just missed it. I don't know. But I didn't get it. And if anybody else watches it coming up, it opens this weekend. If anybody sees it and you want to just clue me in, let me know what I was missing. If you laugh, if you watch it, it does have cussing in it. That's pretty much the big thing. Now it does have some sexual. It's not like sex, but like references and situations. Okay. So it's got a little bit of that, and it's more of as we'll talk about in a minute, some other gay, the sex things that they had there. Yeah. So that part of it, but as a whole in the movie, the movie itself was cute. It just wasn't as funny as I thought it was going to be. So that's my review. And if you want to see it, just kind of be wary of what you're going to have in the movie. There's going to be a lot of cussing. There's a lot of big cuss words, you know, the major ones. Okay. And like I said, it's the sexual situations, and we'll talk more about that as you talk to me about it.
Okay, well, here's the thing. There's a few things that I'm noticing about it. First of all, Emma Stone serves as a producer under her Fruit Tree banner.
Okay. That's making a lot of sense now.
Okay, there you go. There you go. And we know what Emma just came out of. Where did she come out of the...
she did the movie we just talked about.
Things or something?
The Poor Things.
Poor Things. Yeah. Poor Things. She did that. And you know, she actually got an Oscar for this. Yeah. For that, which is amazing. But anyway, we'll say. But here's the thing, and I think a couple of things I'm noticing. I'm noticing the reception piece. I always look online about this. Is that they said, well, 87% of 86 critics' reviews are positive. Yeah. Okay, with an average rating of 7.4 out of 10. They first start off with this, then they nail you with 3 or 4 bad references to this flick. Yeah. It says A24 seems to have put too much faith in its director here. Who's the director?
He's the actor too, Julio Torres.
Yes. While there's hardly any rhyme or reason to the cast. And then they said the film, like its protagonist, feels stuck in a nascent state, leaning into Elizabeth's shrill voice because it's not certain of its own. Yeah. So, in other words, it's kind of like, wow. Okay.
It really is. It's kind of, and that's kind of the way you feel about it. It's got a cute story, and then, like I said, it's quirky, and some people can't handle quirky. Yeah. But it does.
I have fun with quirky.
I do too.
Quirky, one of the most quirky movies that I saw before, Better Off Dead with John Cusack.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've
seen
that one.
I love it. Anything John Cusack pretty much.
Cult movie. Yeah. Anyway, and it was so weird. The kid, $2, and would follow him all over the place to get his $2. Yeah. And I mean, with the Curtis Armstrong there, who was Booger in Revenge of the, he's over there snorting Jello with a straw. I mean, There was so much. You want to talk about quirkiness? That's quirky.
That's quirky,
and it was funny.
It was fun. That's the whole thing about this is that it's quirky and it's cool with, and some of the quirkiness works and it is funny. But it just, to me, it didn't land a lot of places. And like I said, I don't know if I'm missing it or something. Maybe, I always say like I love Cheech and Chong. I always like their humor.
Oh yeah.
I've never done drugs. I've never even smoked pot. I don't do that. I just never have.
Okay, all
never
right.
have been interested in that.
All right.
But I found Cheech and Chong funny. Now I've watched a couple other movies later about drug stuff that's supposed to be comedy, and I'm like, I don't understand.
Isabella Rossellini actually put her talent behind this
narrates. So like I said, it's just one of those movies that it doesn't land like it should, and I don't understand because a lot of my fellow critics loved it. And
there is an assumption. Okay. We're in a different age because there's a lot of assumption. First of all, the dude is from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
And folks, I don't think Saturday Night Live has been funny since Eddie Murphy's.
Since the 80s, maybe 90s. Yeah.
And well, okay, I will say, and I will actually back that off and say Alec Baldwin was funny in some, not when he was portraying Trump. I'm not, but when there were some things that he did that I almost gagged on laughing.
Yeah.
When he did that talk about what was it, Tylenol BM?
Yeah.
Okay. And I would just let it sit there. Okay, this is a. But yeah, it was funny. They had some funny stuff. But the thing here is the assumption is number one that Saturday Night Live, it must be funny.
Yeah.
So anything that these guys are doing must be funny. Well, no.
No, not necessarily. Not anymore.
Secondly, we are in an age of wokeness. And the thing is that I think this movie, from what you described, and I could be wrong, but has been enveloped with wokeness.
So it's a little bit woke. I think the director and actor is gay. So in real life.
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously he's going to write what he knows and he writes that. So he is gay in the movie. And there's a couple of things in there. There's some weird stuff happening in that is just off the mark, and those tend to be a little bit of the funny parts. But really, and then of course there's a hint, just a hint of like he's not illegal at all because he has a visa and he's working
an immigrant flavor.
Yes, but it's got that little bit of the immigrant type of thing just kind of squeaked in there. It doesn't touch on it much. There was a couple of things they said that just kind of let it be that shouldn't happen all the time. So those are the two only woke things, and really, it's a part of it, and so it's interwoven in there.
Yeah,
but it doesn't. At that time, it doesn't preach to you, but it's still there. So it bothered me, but it didn't bother me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It wasn't being preachy, but
I know people that
there was some stuff that made me uncomfortable.
two dudes kissing, they're not going to watch
that made me uncomfortable. And not just that, they had another scene in there that just kind of like, you kind of go, looking around because you don't want to watch that. It wasn't anything like deep and gross and stuff like that. It was just the situation. So, and I'm not going to go into that, but it just, to me, that was part of it. But above that, it just didn't land anywhere. It just was all over the place.
I've seen, trust me, I have seen movies like that is just, I don't know, they just don't click with you.
Yeah, and I like the beginning, I like the middle, I like the end.
Okay.
All that with his character. So his character develops, boom, 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 and because of Tilda Swinton's character, he develops things that
now Tilda Swinton. Let's talk for a second about Tilda Swinton. She looked crazy, which is good. I mean, that was her character, right? So and Tilda. Well, let me see. Tilda Swinton. She was in the Star Trek series.
Yeah, she was also in Narnia.
As a Borg. She was in Narnia.
as a
wasn't she in Doctor Strange? Was that her or another one? Who was that? Let me take a look.
I'm trying to remember if she was in that. I don't think she was in it.
Maybe
she might have been.
Not. Maybe.
But Tilda's been in a lot of things.
She has been in a lot of things. Actress.
And she's like one of those actresses and actors that sometimes you don't even recognize her right away.
Sure.
You know, because she changes her looks.
She does change her looks a lot.
So, I mean, but like I said, my big thing of her that I saw that thought that she did a great job in was Narnia. Narnia, she played the White Witch.
She's the ancient one.
Yeah.
Strange.
Yeah. Okay.
But, yeah.
So, like I said, I like her, and she did a great job in here. I have no problem with Julio Torres and his character. I thought it was sometimes the way he walked. It kind of reminded me a little bit of quirkiness of like Pee Wee Herman, where he developed this walk that is his walk that is kind of to his character, and I thought that was cool.
Okay.
So there was some quirkiness in there that I liked, but like I said, I just felt like as a comedy, either I'm missing something or it just didn't land. So that's the only reason I'm saying that.
Okay. So let's do our rundown. Well, we already talked a little bit about the wool, but we talked about the gayness.
Right.
Now, that was in there. Yeah. Was it preached throughout?
No, it didn't really. It wasn't really preachy at all.
You know,
it was just
making them a
situations.
victim and everybody hates them, that type of thing.
No, nothing of that. You just saw him. He was a character, and that was his life. Again, because he's the director and the writer, and he was gay. I kind of figured.
Well, there you go.
I kind of figured that would be there. That's what he does. Some of his Saturday Night Live skits were all that too. So I get that.
Okay, and cussing. You said there were some
very, very, very a lot of cussing.
Sexual scenes.
It was not nudity. It was. I think there may have been a brief nudity in there. It was like that's it. But it was just like very minor. But it was more of the sexual situations.
Okay, the situation.
I won't go into that just because it's but it's just it's kind of a funny part of but a sad part of the movie. Kind of disgusting and sad and funny. All in the world in one. Okay. But other than that, I mean, they didn't really have any nudity, but a lot of cussing. And then you have So
this is not a movie for kids.
Absolutely not. It is rated R. Okay. Very rated R.
Okay. Very R. Okay. All righty. You know, I remember so many Saturday Night Live actor movies.
Yeah.
Besides the original crew, which were just fantastic. But then Eddie Murphy, Joe Piscopo, Johnny Dangerously. Yeah. Oh my goodness!
A lot of them have made it big in the movie.
Yeah, and they're funny.
And that's the thing is you have a couple of them outliers and nowadays I haven't seen many of them that have made the movies that are that funny. Yeah. Some of them, I mean, I actually there's some of them that have done movies that Kristen Wiig, who I think is hilarious. Yeah, I don't think she was funny in Saturday Night Live. And the same thing with I can't remember her name, but there's another lady that she actually did the girl part of the Ghostbusters that I didn't like. But I liked her as far as her movies, but in Saturday Night Live, I didn't like her. I thought she wasn't that funny. But I just think that their stuff is not that funny. But anyway,
it's hit and miss.
It is hit and miss nowadays. It is very hit and miss.
All righty.
More miss than hit. Okay.
Miss than hit. Let's go to the reels.
All right. So because of quirkiness, I give this 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
If it weren't for the quirkiness, I'd have to go a lot lower. But I like the story. I like the quirkiness, and the little bits there. Okay. As far if it was a comedy, a real comedy, and I could laugh, I may raise that up later. But at this moment, I mean, 6 is about it, and that's being generous.
Yeah. So. One thing just in real passing here is that you mentioned how the people there were laughing, and you're just like.
I was seriously going, something's wrong with me, man. Something's wrong with me.
Hey, they may have been passing something out to partake before.
Well, see, I get I watched. Like I said, there was a drug movie, Pineapple Express or something.
Oh yeah.
And I sat there and going, "It's not funny," and everybody's laughing. And someone said, "Well, do you know what that means?" No. Well, why not? Because I've never done any kind of drugs. Man, I'm just very naive about it. But I knew when you watch Cheech and Chong, it wasn't you didn't have to smoke to know the humor, and you could just get that.
It was funny. It was funny. These were actual comedians. Anyway.
So 6.
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
That's Problemista. We have passed the problem.
Yes.
Now let us move on. And what is our next one?
Our next one is a remake of Roadhouse
Okay.
Jake Gyllenhaal in the Patrick Swayze role.
Okay. So alrighty, we're going to show you the trailer. Here it comes, and we'll be right back.
Before we start, do you have insurance?
What?
Your coverage good? Like, you have dental?
Oh, haha.
Is there a hospital nearby? Is it, like, too far?
About like 25 minutes, I'd say.
I just slapped you. Are you all right?
What?
So you like to fight? You ever win?
No one ever wins a fight.
This ain't the Holiday Inn, pal.
I'm moving.
A friend of mine suggested I come talk to you. I own a Roadhouse out in the Florida Keys. Lately, it's been attracting the wrong clientele. I can pay you good money. Judging by your car, you need that.
Well, I like my car.
Think about it.
I know who you are. Elwood Dalton. Big fan, man.
That guy's got a knife under his shirt. You just take a big step back and pop me in the face. You can do it.
Tell me about this bouncer.
That's all nice, like he's Mr. Rogers or something, but then he'll haul off. Really interesting guy, overall.
Brand wants to take the Roadhouse away from me. He wants to build some resort.
I should warn you. People have a certain way of getting things done around here.
Hey, fellas. Looks like you're having a smashing night. Dalton! I got a tip for you. Don't let no one get this close.
Let me guess. You know, threaten me. Tell me to get out of town.
I get the impression that you can't be threatened.
Once Knox is on the job, it's over, baby.
It takes a lot to get me angry, but when I am, I just can't let go. People seem a little aggressive around here.
Is that one in front of yours?
No, I just broke his arm.
Okay, well, you know, it looks action-packed.
It is, yeah.
And it looks like, I mean, he's slapping those guys around. Okay, anyway, and they saw the trailer, so that's what... Okay,
yeah.
Give us your review, guy.
All right, so this movie and this one, so in the original, they were seeking out the character to come and help them at the bar. In this one, he's passing through town, and he's in this, everybody knows his reputation, so they're asking him to help. The main guy is saying, "Hey, can you help me rein in my bar here?"
Okay.
So it's kind of the same as that. The one of the things that they did differently, I think, to go into the youth of today, is they made it, instead of like a boxer and everything that Swayze was in his movie.
Yeah.
They're MMA fighters.
Okay.
So maybe there was a reason to bring in Conor McGregor. I think they should have left him out, but that's just me. But they did MMA fighters. Now, if you like the fighting, great. You're going to love this movie. It was great, right? But it wasn't. That was the whole thing. There wasn't a lot of substance in this one. Not like the first one.
Okay.
I did enjoy the movie. It was, like I said, he's coming in as a Patrick Swayze character. They've got the love interest, the doctor. A lot of the stuff, kind of the same thing that they had before.
Okay.
They have all this stuff. The bad guy that owns a town, but is a little bit different. It's the bad guy's son in this one that owns a town, and not the bad guy. Like in the original, Ben Gazzara did this, but he was actually the bad guy. But this one is the bad guy's son, who bad guy's in jail. So there's some similarities, but it doesn't quite have the magic that the one in '89 did.
Okay.
I think mainly, I don't think you could, like Gyllenhaal was one of my favorite actors. I liked him.
Mm-hmm.
I really like him. I've seen some really great movies with him that he's just a great actor. But in this one, he doesn't have the gravitas to replace Patrick Swayze. No. He doesn't have the swagger. He doesn't have the looks. Swayze was naturally built. When you look at Jake taking his shirt off, it doesn't look natural. Okay. It looks fake. And I know it's not. I know he worked out and all of that, but it didn't look right. It was also a very brooding, guy that was doing this. Where not a whole lot of comedy from his end. There was a little bit. You saw a spark of humanity, but it was really dark. Okay. Where the Swayze was a little bit light, but he also had that dark undertone with him. I thought Swayze did a great job in this one. Gyllenhaal, not so much. Okay. As well as the rest of the cast, I thought were just lackluster. I always thought, and again, I didn't want to watch it the original beforehand. Mm-hmm. I watched it after I saw the screening of this. Okay. And I'm going, am I remembering the '89 one wrong? Because I just want to be sure. So I'll watch it. Hands down, it does not compare to the '89 movie. Conor McGregor cannot act his way out of a paper bag. Mm-hmm. It was so cartoonish and character driven like that. It was so cartoonish and so over the top that it just took me out of the movie. Now again, some of the other stuff that they did in this one, the big scenes where they had the big crashes and big things where someone would have died in real life. Yeah. Someone gets in this situation, gets going from a boat, gets thrown off into the area on the land, and hits a building and then walks off with nothing wrong with him. Those were a little bit,
Was it cartoonish? It was like the Roadrunner?
That's the way I was thinking about. Because when you look at the '89 one, they did have people get hurt. Mm-hmm. And when, you showed all the pain. You showed Swayze when he got shot or cut. Things like that. It was like real. But this one was a little bit more farceful. I said I liked the story some. I like the nostalgia of watching this again and with somebody else involved. And I would give them props for trying to change the story. I always hate, there's two things. I kind of probably contradict myself sometimes. I don't like a movie that is remake that goes reel to reel all the way through exactly the same movie. However, I also don't like a movie that calls itself a remake but it's totally different. I mean, the only thing the same is the characters. Yeah. This did a the middle ground of this. So they changed a few things. I don't necessarily like the changes as much, but I tried to roll with them. And like I said, I'll give them props for changing with the MMA and trying to bring it to nowadays. Yeah. I just thought that part of it, maybe if they had someone besides Conor McGregor, or maybe he might be a decent actor. If they didn't give him that script, maybe it was that. Yeah, first movie, absolutely. Mm-hmm. And same thing with Post Malone. He does a little bit better job. He's not in it as much as Conor is. But I still think they've got, even besides them, there's some other actors in there that were just kind of lackluster. They were background people. They weren't supposed to be like major characters, but they couldn't act very well. So I thought that was part of it. And even Jake's character, I like him. I think he's a great actor. But there are parts in there that I felt like he was maybe trying too much and trying to be a Swayze-ish type of person. So yeah, I mean, it was fun to watch, but I would prefer to watch the original now. So that's what I figured out whenever I stayed up until 2 a.m. to watch the screener and decided the next day I'm watching the whole movie of the '89 one, and I watched it and I was like, oh no, this is the boss. The one that's now is pales to that movie. So yeah, I'm just not that crazy about it. Now it is rated R, like the old one. Oh, yeah. The old one was rated R too. If you saw the old one, expected more of the same. A lot of cussing. Okay, a lot of cussing. Now it surprises me that it doesn't have as much nudity as the first one did. I don't remember the nudity in the first one until I rewatched it. But the second one only had brief nudity, like in one scene, and that's about it. Brief, a little bit brief, and then walking away from Conor as Conor's walking away. But if you like the first one, you could watch this one. Tell me what you think. I'm kind of curious. I am so biased. I'm such a Patrick Swayze fan that they keep trying to remake movies. When they remade Dirty Dancing, I just thought, man, that's the worst movie that I've seen in a long time. I just did not like the Dirty Dancing remake. Dirty Dancing is just like that magic moment. I can't believe I just said that. That's from the movie. So that was a movie that was such a good script and such good actors, and everything came together. This one, same thing with the Roadhouse before. You didn't have some of those great characters like that, like you did on this one, or the original rather. So yeah, that's where I stand on that.
Okay. So, a couple of things. First of all, I'm noticing that with the cast here. You talked about this McGregor dude.
Yep.
Okay, Conor McGregor is his first one.
Yep.
And I'm not sure what if they were trying to pull in like a World Federation Wrestling type of flavor to this. This guy is a martial arts dude. I don't know. But anyway,
what's the MMA part? That's what they were trying to pull, because MMA is all the rage now. Like when I was growing up, I watched Ali and all them doing boxing. So I was for a while I was like a big boxing fan. It just felt so cool when you had those legends. Nowadays, it's all about MMA. My son's that way. He loves MMA.
The MMA flow, and that was probably they were trying to grab the younger audience with this. Now Conor has a list of things he has done illegal as long as my arm is long. I'm looking down his thing here. It's just amazing. They talk about all of this, and then they talk about all of his controversies, driving offenses, incident ability. Okay. Anyway, I'm over Russell. Okay, so on this Roadhouse, how many reels are you giving this one?
Well, look, because it kind of disappointed me from comparing to the original. I also don't think that Jake Gyllenhaal really sold that, and then the bad acting.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say 5.5 out of 10.
5.5.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that was. You can
a little bit lower.
Problemista was better than that one. Okay.
And Problemista was better just because it's quirky. I had to rate them a little different because that's the quirkiness. So I think it's because it just did not land where it should have, and I think the acting was bad.
Yeah.
I think that's part of my
okay. So 5.5.
5.5.
All righty. Well, let's go on to our last one, which is the big block, in my estimation, of blockbuster.
Yes, absolutely. Ghostbusters. Frozen Empire.
Frozen Empire.
Yes.
All righty. We're going to watch the trailer, and we'll be right back.
We're going to need all the help we can get.
Let's get to work.
All dark and horny at 12 o'clock.
I've been waiting 40 years for this. They called themselves Ghostbusters. According to these hacks, they saved the world. No eyewitnesses. And who is found to carry the torch? Descendants of Egon Spengler. You have a miner hanging out the side of a moving vehicle, firing a laser gun indiscriminately.
Has a proton pack.
It's completely safe.
I wouldn't say completely safe.
The Ghostbusters are finished. Right, well, overruled.
Sustained.
Thank you.
You the weird guy who buys strange old things?
Correct on both counts.
Buddy, you just hit the jackpot.
What is it?
Better question is, what's inside of it? The parables tell of an unimaginable evil commanding an army of ghosts. With the power to kill by fear itself.
Like, literally scared to death?
We might be looking at a second ice age.
We're gonna need all the help we can get.
Let's get to work.
Can I be of any help?
Melnitz in uniform. Yes.
If there's something strange, if there's something weird, who are people gonna call?
Ghostbusters, what do you want?
We're the Ghostbusters. Can I tell you something else?
What?
Buster makes me feel good. It makes me feel good.
Heads up. Tall, dark, and horny at 12 o'clock.
Okay, that looks fun.
And it is. That's a big word I can say right now. It's fun, fun, fun till Daddy takes T-Bird away type of thing.
All right.
I love this movie. Look, I've loved all the Ghostbusters except for that one little one with the all-female cast.
Yeah.
Not that it was all-female cast. It was just, I loved all the actresses in there. I loved the what they were trying to do, but the story wasn't there.
Yeah.
And they were trying too hard. And I think they could have made it work, but it just didn't.
Saturday Night people doing it again to a movie.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Exactly. So, you know, and really the original cast, a lot of Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray. Come on. I mean, we had a lot of Saturday Night Live
Yeah.
here, but they made it work. All right. So in this one, the story is they have this artifact that they found. Now, they show you a little bit of a story, the backstory of this artifact, where when opened, then it causes everything to freeze around it. And so it's got a little bit there, and you have this portal, as always, to the Ghostbusters movies, portal to all the ghosts and inhabitants that are going to come down to the Earth type thing. They're going to turn this into a frozen, you know, like the next ice age type of thing. So that's kind of where the story takes place. Mm-hmm. Now, what I liked about this is Afterlife did, the Ghostbusters Afterlife did all the introductions to the Spangler family. So you saw all the Spanglers. Yeah, also Phoebe and everybody. We had the mom. We see all these things, and then they took over. Finn Wolfhard has Trevor.
I keep calling him Finn, but
it's just such that was an introduction, and it was cool to see it from Afterlife. And I love Afterlife for a couple of reasons. It was a great
they really homage. Homage to
and it was like a great homage. And the way they brought him back in the spirit form.
That was wild.
It was just wonderfully done. Besides that, as well, just
Harold Ramis.
It was also just wonderful how they just brought the old people, the original Ghostbusters, and they handed off the baton to the new.
Yeah.
I love that. So you know that they're going to be a part of it. But the new is coming in.
Yeah.
So they take this up from the very beginning, you know, with action at the very beginning of this movie, of the new movie, and you see the action happening, and then you see the family, the younger Ghostbusters doing their thing. They're over there and they're busting ghosts. They fly around, and as the story progresses, you see that this artifact becomes a major part of the story.
Okay.
And that's where it takes off. So then they bring in, because you have to have the older people to come in, and they all work together to see what they can do.
Okay.
I love this movie on all levels. It's got a great storyline. You've got the original cast. You've got the newer people. I think, and I will say this, because of Stranger Things, I thought Finn was going to be
Stranger Things.
Yeah.
But
Phoebe, she stole the show.
Yes.
This girl, and that's McKenna Grace. She does a great job.
Okay.
She's so many levels. She's the smart one of the family. She really has this heart and soul for this. They have a sideline story where she befriends a ghost, and because she's kind of kicked out of the deal because of the mayor.
She's so young.
So because she's too young to do this, and so this is because of the mayor, which, by the way, is a throwback. Because the original mayor from the Ghostbusters 1, 2, and 3 from years ago comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he's threatening to shut down the Ghostbusters, as always. So she befriends this ghost, and that becomes a sideline story.
Okay.
Now, she does an awesome job. She really steals the show. I thought that she was wonderful. Now, other than that, you have the originals coming back, as well as, so you have Bill Murray, you have Dan Aykroyd, you have Eddie Hudson, and you have Annie Potts. So it's cool, because Annie Potts was their secretary for a while, the one that answered the phones, all that stuff. And she comes in and she puts on the uniform. She puts on the all the stuff and gets a backpack and all that. So it's really cool to see her out there just, trying to get all the ghosts out there as well. They also have some throwbacks to some of the characters that come in. Slimer's in. You see it you see that in the trailer. Then they have the Stay Puft Marshmallow guy that was big, and they're all miniature ones.
Little guys.
So that was really cool. So there's a lot to love about this movie that's nostalgic. But one of my favorite things besides Phoebe in this is the special effects.
Okay.
This, when the ice starts happening and everything, this is cool. The way they do this is just really awesome. I love Hollywood magic. I love this stuff. I've always been fascinated with special effects. I am still fascinated with it now, though. I like old special effects better. Yeah. I do think that all the stuff that's happening now is computer done. Yeah. It looks cool and sometimes more overdone, but I think they did a great job in this one. It looked cool. Special effects are awesome. The script is great. Everything is just fires on all cylinders. Okay. I felt like a kid again. I felt like this kid. I wasn't a kid, but I was a teenager. Watching the one in '89, yeah, I would have been an adult. I would have been in my 20s. I can't do math tonight, but anyway, maybe I want to be younger.
He was younger than he was.
So I just felt like I did when I watched the first Ghostbusters, and that's awesome. That makes me feel good. So I really love this. I love Paul Rudd. I think he's my spirit.
Paul Rudd, I tell you.
He's got my sense of humor. I love it.
He crossed over, buddy, from Ant-Man to this, and he did it well. He did it well. Man, I'm trying to think. He's started other stuff.
Oh, man, he's huge. He's huge. Man, I've been watching him for years. Yeah. Back in old days when he was like in a lot of independent films. And I've loved him ever since then. He was on Friends. He played Phoebe's boyfriend. It was just, he's done so many things that I've always liked him. He's just such a funny man. But he's like, even in this one, he brings his humor with it when they're shut out and their Ghostbusters may be closing.
I was remembering. He says busting makes me feel good.
Yeah.
They're making that in the trailer. It was
he starts it out and he's going, but they can't close us down. What happens if you have something weird happen in your neighborhood? And he just starts talking about that. And she just looks at him. Yeah, it's just really a cool movie. Ghostbusters never takes themselves seriously. It's fun. But let me just warn you. First of all, there's cussing in it. Okay. Mild cussing. Not like the big one like we were talking about in Roadhouse. Yeah. But look, this is a little scary. One of the main characters is this big, like a demigod god type of thing, has a big horn and all this stuff that they have to fight. Okay, I remember that. Okay. So they have to fight him. He's a little scary looking. The red eyes sometimes, all of that. So you, as parents, you know how comfortable you are about what your kids can watch. I'm just saying that this is PG-13. It may give younger kids nightmares. Who knows? It's just one of those things that, as a parent, you make up your mind and do it. I'm just going to let you know. This is a little bit scary. As really all the Ghostbusters have been, because they have a character or two that's in there that kind of scares you. Yeah. But this one he's that main scare guy, and that's
just they had one in there that looked like the Crypt Keeper out of Tales of the Crypt.
Yeah, and they had the old library. I remember the library one.
Remember the library one?
Yeah. So it's a lot of fun. Yeah. Bill Murray is there with his sense of humor. Those little quirky things he says. Those little
and
clips.
A little risque.
Probably a little risque on a couple of them.
The kids.
So and some of them go a little over the head. It's like the old cartoons. So it's a fun movie. There's some great actors in it, some great moments in it. I think it's just a fun movie all the way around.
It sounds. I've been looking for. My grandson, 8 years old, been looking forward to this thing, and we'll see. I mean, he's watched some stuff before. He watched that. I don't know if he watched that 5 Nights at Freddy's flick. I don't know, but anyway,
if he could see that,
he probably.
If he watched that, then he would be able to watch this too.
Yeah,
that's not. I mean, Five Nights at Freddy's is a little scary too.
Okay. I was looking at the Mackenzie or McKenna Grace. Okay, McKenna. She was a breakout star in The Afterlife.
Absolutely, and she steals the show on this one.
Yes,
she really does.
So and so that's one to keep our eyes on that actress, because I think she's got an incredible future.
When when the first one, when the Afterlife came out, and even when this one, I thought Finn was going to be the biggie. Yeah. But this ended up being McKenna. Again, it was she just stole the show all the way through. And she's so good. She's so confident. She's cute. Everything about it, and she's a smart one of the bunch. Yeah. So just really cool with that. I think she just stole the show. It was just fantastic. I really like her. That's good.
I like the idea that she befriended one of the ghosts. Yeah. And it's kind of like, I think on the cartoon they had somebody had Slimer there. They're always going around Slimer anyway. But that's it. Slimer's back. Hey, so we're right there. All righty. Let me see. Let's go down the list. We got sex and nudity.
None.
Okay. Cussing?
Mild cussing.
Mild cussing. Alrighty. And wokeness?
No wokeness.
Okay.
No.
Okay, good. Alrighty. And let me see. Okay, well, good. So, okay, give us the big one. How many?
So, look, because this made me feel like a kid, I was transformed back into the original Ghostbusters that I saw. It made me feel that good, that much fun. The special effects of the ice, and McKenna as Phoebe, and Paul Rudd, who is my spirit animal again. He's got the same humor as I do. Because of all that together, 9.
9.
10.
That is a high recommendation, folks. So, and you're recommending they see it big screen?
Big screen. We saw it at IMAX.
Okay.
You don't have to see it in IMAX, but if you do, that's a fun thing to see. But see it in big screen. See it in the theaters where it's meant to be shown, because that is just huge, and it's so wonderful to see all of that. There's some movies that I love just kicking back at home and watching. I've got a pretty big TV, so I love watching TV, watching a movie here. But when it comes to cinematic movies like this, where you're going to get the big effect when you're on the big screen, to me, it makes me feel like I'm part of the movie. Yeah. So see it at the theaters. Mm-hmm. This is one I recommend seeing at the theaters. Okay. The other ones, I will say, Problemista. I know if you see it, wait till it comes out on TV or cable or something, or streaming.
Roadhouse on Prime if I watch it.
Prime is carrying Roadhouse, so it costs you nothing or almost nothing. But Ghostbusters, man, if you love the Ghostbusters franchise at all, go see it in the big theater. You won't regret it.
Yep. All righty. Well, Russell, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate those reviews. And okay, so we got 3 down here. We got the Problemista 6.5.
6.5.
We got Roadhouse at 5.5.
Actually, Problemista was 6.
Okay, 6. And 6 and 6 and 5.5.
6 and 5.5 for Roadhouse.
Okay, and 9
for Ghostbusters.
So that means that's a heavy hitter. So you need to go see that one. Anyway, all righty, folks. Thank you for tuning in. And we always enjoy bringing you the reviews, talking about these movies, and hopefully you catch something before you go see them, or if you don't go see them, or whatever. But anyway, be back and tune back in for our next Real Perspective. We're going to have some more reviews and talk more about the movies. So God bless you all. Have a wonderful week, and see you at the box office.
Thank you.